Continuing from the previous episode 560. Xiao Yan fought wits and courage with the soul liquid in the secret room. After all, although this soul liquid was deprived of its spiritual wisdom by a certain great power, it would also have a certain resistance to swallowing Xiao Yan out of instinct. Devouring the soul liquid can certainly increase the power of the soul, but in order to pursue a better choice, Xiao Yan chose to deal with the soul liquid quietly. After all, I want to maximize the effect of volatilizing this soul liquid. After all, remove all other impurities in this soul liquid. As for the three of Shanyao, they were also in the room with their beautiful eyes closed, constantly recovering their breath. Waiting for Xiao Yan's exit, he will go to the top of the desert mountain range. Xinya 81 Zhang Wei and Wang U. Kai 8.1 ZS. Koam elsewhere in the desert mountains, this is a huge forest. The forest is full of hundreds of square meters, and the trees and some monsters in the sky are constantly appearing and appearing, disguising this place into a dangerous place that is naturally natural. What on earth is there in this forest? Why does it feel like it's calling me? Mu Yingying came towards her, but Bei Lip murmured. Since she separated from Xiao Yan at the beginning, Mu Yingying was teleported here. After teleporting here, Mu Yingying found that it was a dangerous place, with monsters constantly appearing and appearing, plus some traps, which almost made Mu Yingying stunned, but fortunately, what Mu Yingying had learned was true: it saves danger. After Mu Yingying finished speaking, she raised her head and looked at the deepest part of the forest. It seems that the person who called her voice came from here, but Mu Yingying never knew what the voice was, but vaguely guessed that the voice should be made by the king of the forest. After all, she can live in the depths of the forest. The position is terrifying. Forget it, let's go and have a look. After a brief thought, Mu Yingying decided what was in her heart. The reason why Mu Yingying decided to go and have a look is because there is no other way to go here. In addition, Mu Yingying has a holy flame and is quite confident in her own strength, so she made such a decision. In the forest, monsters kept appearing and appearing, but Mu Yingying was carrying holy flames, and she could always feel that these monsters were abnormal, and even felt that many monsters had the aura of foreign evil races, but in the shock of holy flames under the sight, these monsters were forced to retreat. It seems that there should be something extremely terrifying in this desert mountain range. Otherwise, how could the aura of this foreign evil race invade so seriously? Mu Yingying said as she looked at the monsters that kept appearing not far from her. But it's strange. Although there is holy flame, why don't these monsters attack me? Or they can't see me? Mu Yingying was full of questions. Just when Mu Yingying hesitated, a blue light beam suddenly swept towards Mu Yingying from the deepest part of the forest. There is a situation. Mu Yingying's aura rose to the extreme, and she immediately became vigilant. The next moment, the blue light beam stopped instantly not far from Mu Yingying. Mu Yingying was confused by this sudden scene. Come with me. A faint breath spread out from the blue light beam, and then entered Mu Yingying's mind. What the asterisk is this blue light beam? Why are these monsters so afraid? Although Mu Yingying had a guess in her heart, she couldn't help saying, "Forget it, let's go in and have a look. I hope you don't have any malicious intentions, otherwise, even if you can't use the power of holy flame, I will make you pay the price." Mu Yingying let out a coquettish sigh, and then she didn't stop and walked straight up. And then go towards the blue beam. It's getting closer and closer to the depths of this forest. Why do I always have an uneasy feeling in my heart? Mu Yingying kept walking under the guidance of the blue light beam, but she couldn't help but tremble in her heart. Step by step, as Mu Yingying approached, the more she could find that the holy flame in her body became irritable and restless, as if she had encountered some natural enemy. What's wrong with you? Mu Yingying immediately noticed the strangeness of the holy flame in her body, and immediately her heart sank. She said to the holy flame in her body. The holy flame in Mu Yingying's body is different from ordinary ones. The holy flame in Mu Yingying's body is sealed as if by her. Although she can mobilize the power of holy flame, there is a difference. Wang buzzing, the holy flame in Mu Yingying's body seemed to make a weak sound, and then circles of blue holy flames spread out from Mu Yingying's body instantly. Is there something here? Mu Yingying also noticed the intensity of the holy flame at this time, and immediately asked slightly. As Mu Yingying approached, all the monsters in the forest retreated, leaving a path to the depths of the forest. What is this? Mu Yingying forcibly suppressed the curiosity in her body, but after walking for a while, she found that there was no way in front of her. This blue light beam should have spread from the inside. Mu Yingying said thoughtfully. After thinking for a while, Mu Yingying did not hesitate. She was covered in the power of azure blue holy flame, and then suddenly approached slowly in front of her. Enchantment? Just after taking a few steps, Mu Yingying found that it was difficult to move forward, and it became extremely difficult to move forward. How come there is an enchantment here? Such a strong barrier, what exactly is in it? Mu Yingying couldn't help asking. As soon as she finished speaking, Mu Yingying gritted her teeth and continued walking. Peefed. Finally, under the terrifying power of Mu Yingying's azure blue holy flame, her figure trembled slightly, and then she sank directly into it. Mu Yingying only felt a sudden dizziness in her head, and then her figure suddenly linked to trembled www.novelmtl.com. Then she passed through the barrier and entered the depths of the forest. This is. Mu Yingying entered the mysterious barrier in the depths of the forest, her eyes lit up. What was reflected in Mu Yingying's eyes was a space that was several meters in size. There were no fancy decorations in the space, and there was only a mass of black that was extremely rich. The black color is like a roundworm that clings to the bone marrow of a person, and it is so attached to it that Mu Yingying can't find out what it is. The entire space is very small, only a few meters in size, and all around the space is bound by the enchantment. The only thing in the space is a wooden stake connected to the land. There are a lot of age marks on the stake. Obviously I have a lot of years, but on the stake, something wrapped in black energy slowly appeared. A trace of extremely evil aura came from above the stake, causing Mu Yingying to wrinkle her eyes slightly. Is this the alien race? Mu Yingying said in a deep voice. As soon as Mu Yingying finished speaking, the azure blue holy flame that appeared all over her body was like a fierce tiger, staring at the black aura, and a mortal enemy-like aura spread out instantly. Calm down. Mu Yingying heard the words, and immediately forcibly suppressed the restlessness of the holy flame in her body. Mu Yingying knew the grievances between Sheng Yan and the evil race outside the realm, and immediately suppressed the restlessness in her body. Save me. An extremely weak voice emanated from the wooden stake shrouded in the evil aura of the evil race from outside the realm. Ask for tickets. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 561. What's the sound? Mu Yingying was shocked, her breath suddenly soared to the limit, and she stared at this space. Buzz. When Mu Yingying was surprised, the blue holy flame beside her became vigilant against the black energy above the stake. Is it here? After all, Mu Yingying and Sheng Yan were in the same mind. Seeing this, Mu Yingying also knew the source of the voice. This wooden stake seems to have an extraordinary origin, but how can there be such a terrifying thing on the wooden stake? Mu Yingying's lips moved slightly, but her pupils were turning quickly, staring at the black shadow on the wooden stake. Gas. CC. The black chi above the wooden stake seemed to have noticed that Mu Yingying had entered without authorization, and immediately a black ripple of fighting chi spread out from it, and attacked Mu Yingying in an instant. It's too much. Mu Yingying snorted coldly, pouted her arrogant forehead, and stared at the trace of blackness with her beautiful eyes. Mu Yingying is quite confident in the power of this holy flame in herself, and holy flame has been the nemesis of foreign evil races since ancient times. CC. When the trace of black chi came to Mu Yingying's side, the blue holy flame on Mu Yingying's body immediately became restless, and then turned into a huge mouth with a ferocious expression, directly pouring the black chi into the body of Mu Yingying. Devour it all. Susu. At the same moment, the strange black energy suspended above the wooden stakes turned slightly and glared at Mu Yingying. Go! Mu Yingying didn't hesitate. The power of the azure blue holy flame instantly soared, and then the figure exploded, and above the jade hand, an extremely bright holy flame power suddenly attacked the black energy. This is actually holy flame? An exclamation suddenly emerged from the black air. Bang bang bang. The next moment, the power of the dazzling holy flame in Mu Yingying's hand suddenly collided with the black energy. The next moment, the strange evil black chi suddenly escaped from the wooden stake. Because this black chi knew that although the strength of the woman in front of her was only in the middle stage of the 5-star Do Di, but with the addition of holy flame, she could already kill herself, so she did not dare to take it lightly. Thank you. The black air above the stake escaped, and then revealed the true face of the thing on the stake. It was a fiery red dazzling crystal the size of a thumb. The whole body of the crystal was irregular, exuding a strange aura, but it was dim and dull. Mu Yingying felt a joy when she saw this crystal. This is Holy Flame Crystal? Mu Yingying was slightly surprised, then stared at the thumb-sized crystal in front of her. As the so-called Holy Flame Crystal, it is the exclusive item of Holy Flame. For every Holy Flame, there are two kinds of things: Holy Flame Soul Seed and Holy Flame Crystal. Holy Flame Soul Seed is the root of Holy Flame, because every Holy Flame is a creature with extremely high intelligence. As for this Holy Flame in Mu Yingying's body, it seems that it is different from others because of some states. Otherwise, each Holy Flame exists independently, and the Holy Flame Soul Seed can be said to be the root of the Holy Flame. Because once the Holy Flame Soul species leaves the Holy Flame, then the Holy Flame is transformed into a machine that only knows *** for people to drive. Then there is the Holy Flame Crystal. In order to obtain the Holy Flame, one must obtain the Holy Flame Crystal or the approval of the Holy Flame Soul Seed. Holy Flame Crystal, Holy Flame Soul Seed, the existence of the two can truly be called Holy Flame. I can't think of the existence of Holy Flames in this desert mountain range. No wonder I always feel that something is calling me. It turned out to be the power of Holy Flame. Mu Yingying shook her head. Susu, who are you and why do you have Holy Flame? Just as Mu Yingying slowly stared at the Holy Flame Crystal, the black air mass separated from the Holy Flame Crystal evilly said, "It is the powerhouse of the dignified Blood Demon clan. When the Mad Wood Immortal Master here fought against the powerhouses in their clan, it finally found this Holy Flame Crystal, and through a special method, it will devour this Holy Flame Crystal right now." Unexpectedly, Mu Yingying appeared. Who I am? I am the one who killed your extraterritorial evil clan. Mu Yingying said lightly, but she looked at this black chi extremely sharply in her eyes. Insanity. You can also destroy my foreign evil race? It's too stupid to talk about a dream. Susu. A disdainful voice suddenly emanated from the black air mass. Don't. Wasting time with it. Save me. An intermittent voice slowly emanated from the Holy Flame Crystal suspended on the stake. Holy Flame Crystal has been eroded so badly. Mu Yingying sighed slightly, her eyes flashing with a hint of solemnity, and then she bit her silver teeth and slowly pulled out an identical blue crystal from her bosom. As soon as the azure crystal appeared, Mu Yingying's whole body's breath rose slightly. Don't talk, I'll help you get rid of the evil power in your body first, otherwise you will be controlled. Mu Yingying gritted her teeth. Right now, the power of the black air mass of this extraterritorial evil clan is unknown, and this Holy Flame Crystal is also eroded. It's too serious. If you don't solve it as soon as possible, I'm afraid it will change later. Snort. The azure blue Saint Flame Crystal appeared in Mu Yingying's hand, and the space immediately trembled, as if she was quite afraid of Mu Yingying's Holy Flame power. Which one is the Holy Flame on this woman's body, and how can its power be so terrifying? Saint Yan, who is ranked in the 30s, can make many of us outsiders quite fear, and even has the power to kill us. If Yu Kanshu link to www.yukanshu.com is ranked in the top 20, that would be. After the black air mass finished speaking, there was a sudden movement. I can't let this woman drive away the evil power of Shen Yanjing. After so many years, I have tried countless methods to erode such a little bit. If it is such a waste of time. After speaking, a ** aura erupted from the black chi, which was close to Mu Yingying. Give it to you. I'll deal with him. Mu Yingying put the azure blue Holy Flame Crystal in her hand on the stake, and then spoke, apparently facing her own Holy Flame Crystal. Wang buzzing. The azure Holy Flame Crystal seemed to hear Mu Yingying's words, and immediately let out a happy voice, as if saying, "Leave it to me." Seeing this, the fiery red Saint Flame Crystal, which was about to fade away, moved slightly, trying to approach the azure Holy Flame Crystal, and used that dazzling power to dispel the evil power from his body. Little girl, it's too late to quit now. Otherwise, die. A voice that shot straight into the sky suddenly burst out from the black air. I think it's you who died, right? After Mu Yingying finished speaking, she covered herself with azure flames, and then slowly condensed into a crystal blue battle armor. Above the battle armor, a strong aura that shook the world slowly emerged. Damn, such a strong breath. The black air mass slowly spoke, and a dignified expression emerged in my heart. This woman's grasp of the holy flame is so tyrannical. Saint Flame congealing armor. This is the means to deal with their extraterritorial evil race. The battle armor condensed by this holy flame. I am afraid that with the current self, it is impossible to defeat it in a short time. Hey, I can only forget it. I'm not reconciled, the black air mass said slightly hesitantly. Set a small goal first, such as 1 second to remember. Shukju mobile version reading website. Continuing from the previous episode 562. Where to run? Mu Yingying quickly noticed that the black chi seemed to be retreating, and she immediately mentioned it, and she chased after the black chi. Asshole! Which holy flame is this, and why is its power so terrifying? The black chi kept cursing. Whenever Mu Yingying approached her, the evil power attached to her body would be slowly swept away. It's kinda weird to burn. No, you can't just give up. If you get this holy flame crystal, let alone a small blood demon clan, it's not a bad idea to be among the most powerful places. It's worth going. Hei Chi finished speaking, immediately shake, and then change quickly. Su. The black chi suddenly trembled, and the next moment, blood radiated out, an extremely asterisk aura appeared, and then slowly appeared in front of Mu Yingying. This is Gorefiend? Seeing this, Mu Yingying made a slight voice, but the next moment, Mu Yingying's pupils actually turned blue, and at the same time, her expression seemed to have lost its color. The strange Gorefiend said, "If you can see my body, you are the second on this Do-D continent, and you will be the last." Su. After speaking, the black chi actually transformed into a human appearance. It was a person with a rather strange appearance, with limbs, hands and feet, but the extremely ferocious smile on his face was especially heart-wrenching. Humph! Extraterritorial evil race, the sin is unforgivable. Die! Mu Yingying said coldly, as if she had changed into a human figure since the black energy condensed into a human figure. There was not the slightest emotion in her voice, but only a boundless strangulation of strangulation. What an icy aura, such an aura, I am afraid that only the king of our clan has. The black figure said, the blood demon energy of the blood demon family is quite terrifying. Today, I will let you try this blood demon energy. The blood demonic energy enters the body, and it is irreversible. The black figure roared slowly. It's just a powerhouse of the Gorefiend clan. If you Gorefiends were here, I would still be afraid, but your words. Mu Yingying said coldly, arrogant, is the Gorefiend also worthy of your name? After the Gorefiend figure finished speaking, the blood-colored aura that filled his body instantly condensed into a huge blood-colored chain. Where the blood-colored chain blade is, the cold light flashes, extremely sharp. Go! The Gorefiend figure controlled the chain and rushed towards Mu Yingying. The overwhelming, terrifying and evil atmosphere made the space congeal slightly. It's over. Seeing this, Mu Yingying suddenly burst out with a dazzling blue flame from the azure blue pupils, and then slowly wrapped around the blood-colored chain. Kakaka! The power of the blue holy flame just wrapped around the blood-colored chain of the Gorefiend figure, and the seemingly indestructible blood-colored chain suddenly made a very clear sound as if it had encountered a natural enemy, and ran away at a high speed. Broken. A coquettish anger suddenly came out of Mu Yingying's mouth, and then the blood-colored chain shattered instantly. Puff puff. At the same time, the Gorefiend figure suddenly spewed out a mouthful of thick blood. Damn it! The power of Holy Flame really lives up to its reputation. It seems that we can only retreat first. The Gorefiend figure said slowly in his heart. Because the Holy Flame has been mixed with holy power since ancient times, it is a Tianke for their evil races outside the realm. Want to run? Mu Yingying saw that the Gorefiend figure had just turned around and ran towards the outside. Immediately, her eyes narrowed slightly, and a blue flame instantly attacked and surrounded the Gorefiend figure. Human, if you dare to kill me, the strong people of this clan will let you die without a burial place. The Gorefiend figure said hideously. The strength of the Gorefiend figure at this time is quite weak. On the one hand, it is because when he swallowed and assimilated the fiery red holy flame, he consumed too much of his source power. In addition to dealing with the holy flame in Mu Yingying's hands now, that's why the Gorefiend figure is so weak. Die. Xiaojing. Destroy the evil, Mu Yingying said proudly. As soon as he finished speaking, the azure blue holy flame crystal floating on the wooden stake suddenly flashed and came to Mu Yingying's side. The next moment, Mu Yingying and the Saint Yanjing simultaneously emitted extremely hot blue flames, and then slowly wrapped the Gorfiend figure. Don't. Following the package of the holy flame, a resentful voice came from the mouth of the Gorfiend figure. Remember, this great world is not where you should come, you should get out. An arrogant voice came from Mu Yingying's mouth. Ha ha ha, even if I die, you humans don't have to think about it. The next war will be the end of your world. Su. The Gorfiend figure's hideous words kept echoing in this space, but it was slowly melted away by the holy flame without a trace of breath, apparently dissipating between this world. Cough. Mu Yingying coughed a few words as the Gorfiend figure completely disappeared. No, don't. Mu Yingying's body trembled a little, and she opened her mouth slightly. There aren't many good humans either. They either hunted monsters or wanted to obtain our holy flame. I really don't know. Mu Yingying with blue eyes suddenly said, Don't. The next moment, Mu Yingying's pupils actually recovered, and she said immediately. But the next moment, the pupils turned blue again. Let's do it. Don't blame me for not reminding you. As soon as the voice fell, the pupils returned to their usual appearance, as if they were the same as ordinary people. Hoo! The pupils returned to their usual color, and Mu Yingying gasped for breath. The power she just used was obviously not intentional. But isn't that power sealed by yourself? How can it appear? Could it be that Sheng Yan and the alien race are really natural enemies? With a series of questions linked to Mark's www.novelmtl.com, Mu Yingying didn't think about it after all, and after a short rest, she came to the stake. The circle of growth rings on the stake means that the stake is very old. Senior? Mu Yingying tentatively opened her mouth to the fiery red Saint Flame crystal suspended above the stake. Ha, little girl, thank you very much this time. The fiery red Saint Yanjing said slightly. Senior, you're very polite. Mu Yingying also smiled. You can have holy flame at a young age, so maybe you will be a strong person in the future. But your identity seems to be a bit special. The fiery red Saint Yanjing said. However, Sheng Yan can only have one flower per person. This is the rule that our Sheng Yan has set since ancient times. Seemingly aware of some other meanings of Mu Yingying, the fiery red Sheng Yan Jing spoke immediately. Xinya 81 Zhang Wian Wang U, Kai 8, approximately 1 ZS, Koem, I know. Mu Yingying said casually when she heard the words. A strange thing like holy flame, just one flower has unparalleled power. Senior may have misunderstood. I just picked it up on behalf of a friend. The next moment, Mu Yingying smiled. As her thoughts of subduing this holy flame failed, a thin figure suddenly appeared in Mu Yingying's heart. It was a man with a heavy ruler on his back, with a sense of justice and the calmness of stepping forward at critical moments. That is Xiao Yan. Ask for tickets. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 563. That's good. The fire-red Saint Yanjing also smiled comfortably when she heard the words. It's just that I don't know why. The fire-red Saint Flame Crystal can always feel a rather strong sense of oppression on Mu Yingying's body, like a 10,000-pound boulder, extremely heavy. The evil power in me has dissipated a lot. I'm afraid that if you use your holy flame power to dispel it again, it will hurt your origin, so let's go to the top of the mountain. Where is the holy flame? As long as you take me there, I will be able to dissipate all my evil power, said the fiery red holy flame crystal. Okay. Mu Yingying nodded immediately when she heard the words, and then waved her hand. The fiery red holy flame crystal returned to Mu Yingying's hand. As for the azure blue holy flame crystal in Mu Yingying's own hand, then he was fused into his body by Mu Yingying. With the complete disappearance of the Gorfiend figure in the forest, the beasts that were slowly eroded in the forest also slowly woke up. In the final analysis, the Gorfiend figure died inexplicably, because he underestimated the power of the holy flame, which led to this. In the manner, Xiao Yan's secret room. It's been a month since this secret room. I don't know how long it has passed outside. Xiao Yan slowly opened his eyes, and then said. During this month, Xiao Yan did not dare to delay for a moment. First, he used his huge soul power to remove all impurities from this transparent soul liquid, and then he slowly felt relieved. Xinya 81 Zhang Wian Wang U, Kai 8.1 ZS, Koem. However, what surprised Xiao Yan was that there were very few impurities in this soul liquid, as if it had been removed by someone. However, due to Xiao Yan's vigilant personality, he still checked it out. After all, soul power is the weakest part of a person. Once there is any mistake, it will be terrifying. What worries Xiao Yan the most is whether this soul liquid has been contaminated by other forces, but fortunately, Xiao Yan's worries are all unnecessary. It seems that the owner of this mansion has a premonition of today, so he deliberately left this soul liquid. Xiao Yan couldn't help staring at the transparent soul liquid in front of him, and slowly opened his mouth. Forget it, let's break through first. The next moment, Xiao Yan shook his head slightly, simply not wasting time on this soul liquid. Come here. Xiao Yan sat cross-legged directly, and then his eyes were fixed on the soul liquid, for fear that something would change. Following Xiao Yan's cold snort, this soul liquid came towards the place where Xiao Yan was as if it had been called. Hee. Seeing this, Xiao Yan couldn't help laughing. Obviously, the power of this soul liquid was enough to support his soul power to break through the Emperor realm. A pharmacist of the second rank of Emperor. Xiao Yan stared at the transparent soul liquid in front of him. His eyes became extremely hot. Once he has broken through to the soul power of the Emperor realm, it is only a matter of time before he can break through the Emperor's second-grade alchemist. This day has troubled Xiao Yan for too long. It's not too late, let's start. With a plan in his mind, Xiao Yan forcibly suppressed the extremely hot feeling in his body, and then said to himself, Hoo. The next moment, that soul liquid suddenly came to Xiao Yan. The whole soul liquid was suspended in front of Xiao Yan, and waves of huge soul power continued to faintly radiate from it, making Xiao Yan feel a terrifying wave. Absorb it for me. Xiao Yan suddenly took a deep breath, and then the Do Qi and soul power in his body instantly surged. In just a few short breaths, the colorless and transparent soul liquid was suddenly wrapped slowly. What a pure power! Xiao Yan couldn't help saying. Even if he only wrapped his soul liquid with his own soul power, a terrifying power that shook Xiao Yan's soul realm radiated from the soul liquid. This fluctuation can only show the tyranny of this soul liquid, which has far surpassed the soul power in Xiao Yan's soul realm. Suck! A cold snort came out from Xiao Yan's mouth. Following the sound of this voice, Xiao Yan's body suddenly emitted as many as 23 colors, and then the soul liquid slowly poured into Xiao Yan's body frantically from all directions under the control of Xiao Yan's soul power. Shabu. The influx of soul liquid caused Xiao Yan's body to emit extremely terrifying fluctuations. With this fluctuation alone, I am afraid that the powerhouses in the late stage of 5-star Do D would be instantly wiped out. The next moment, Xiao Yan's whole body was transparent, completely filled with soul liquid. As expected of soul liquid, Xiao Yan was surprised, and then he stopped talking, but stared at every meridian in his body. This soul liquid is like blood. Since it entered Xiao Yan's body, it flows from Xiao Yan's limbs and bones, and then slowly pours into Xiao Yan's huge soul realm. Therefore, Xiao Yan did not dare to relax at all. After all, this is not a joke. The meridians in the body and the soul realm are quite weak. If one is not careful, it will be seriously injured at light level, and it will be directly lost. This is not what Xiao Yan wants to see. After the Emperor's ordinary level, it is the Emperor's realm. The Emperor's realm is divided into beginners, small perfections, and great perfections. I don't know if this soul liquid can make my soul power to a higher level. Xiao Yan muttered. Obviously Xiao Yan knows that his current soul power has reached the peak of the Emperor realm and the breakthrough is only a matter of time. Now with the help of the soul liquid, he does not know if he can break through the Emperor realm's small perfection. A small perfection at the Emperor level, this is a sign of a strong party. In any sect, even one can be treated as a guest. As time passed by, Xiao Yan was also continuously absorbing the soul liquid in the secret room. Once the colorless and transparent soul liquid in front of Xiao Yan was completely absorbed, it would be Xiao Yan's breakthrough day. It's been 10 days. Although this secret room can delay the time to a great link to extent www.novelmtl.com, it's probably been a few months inside. Why isn't Xiao Yan feeling better? This soul liquid is not so easy to absorb. Could it be an accident? No, I want to go in and have a look. In the room outside the secret room, Shan Yao's urgent voice came. Shan Yao, calm down and break through the power of the soul. It's not just a matter of time. If Xiao Yan doesn't have a certain amount of determination, I'm afraid he will fail. Shan Ling said slightly, and Shan Ling also had disbelief in Xiao Yan. Soul power has been the foundation of alchemists since ancient times. This Xiao Yan's soul power is one of the few strong people I have ever seen, so I think this kid will succeed. Snake Punishment on the side said slightly. Although I don't know why, Snake Xing believed that this Xiao Yan could easily wipe out the evil clan from outside the realm. I'm afraid that there would be no major problem in absorbing this soul liquid. Bang bang bang. Just when the three of them hesitated, the secret door of the secret room was broken open. Rather than being opened, it is better to say that it was blasted away by a terrifying explosive force. Cough cough cough. I'm sorry, I just broke through my soul power and didn't control the strength. An embarrassed and rude laughter came. The three of them saw that the visitor was a man with a heavy weight on his back, but the aura on his body and the secret room he had just entered had undergone earth-shaking changes. Ask for tickets. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 564. Success? Shan Yao said with great joy upon seeing this. Yep, fortunately not to be humiliated. Xiao Yan heard the words, smiled first, and then slowly walked towards the three of them. Hee, you really are hiding a lot. Seeing this, Snake Xing also respected Xiao Yan even more in his heart. But I see your breath. It doesn't look like you have broken through to the Emperor's realm. Snake Punishment is worthy of the old eyes, although he can't know the specific level of this refining pharmacist, but with his old eyesight, slow down slowly, Xiao Yan's difference was revealed. I've often heard that there are first-timers, minor perfections, and great perfections at the Emperor's realm. Now, I should be able to count as a minor perfection at the God's realm. Xiao Yan said with a smile. Sure enough, Snake Xing heard the words and was slightly overjoyed. Although he didn't know what the relationship between the alchemist level and the soul power, the stronger the soul power, the higher the level of the pharmacist. I didn't expect it to be successful, Shan Ling said in disbelief. Shan Ling is very clear about the power of this soul liquid, but how could Xiao Yan succeed so easily? How is it? Xiao Yan asked slowly. Such a question was obviously directed at the three of Shan Yao. The strength of the three of us has almost recovered. My own strength is in the early stage of the 7-star Do Emperor, and so is Shan Yao. As for Big Brother Snake, it is the completion of the 8-star Do Emperor. With you, the initial stage of the 5-star Do Emperor, our lineup is not compatible. Look down. Shan Lingbai bit her lips slightly. Although Xiao Yan only had the strength of the 5-star Do D in the early stage, Shan Yao did not dare to despise this kid. This lineup is barely acceptable. Xiao Yan heard the words, and suddenly he snorted, obviously facing the top of this desert mountain range. Even Xiao Yan today is quite thorny. I don't know if you know the news about the top of this desert mountain range? Xiao Yan suddenly said, if you want to go to the top of the desert mountain range, you must know some information, otherwise you will be in danger. In the top of the desert mountain range, it seems that there is not only the existence of holy flame, but also the owner of the manor. With the addition of a certain alien evil race, I am afraid that the top layer of the desert mountain range will become the biggest challenge this time. When Xiao Yan opened his mouth, Long Yi's faint voice came from the ancient ruler of eternal fire in his body. I can feel that the top layer of the desert mountain seems to have a strong evil atmosphere, so let's be careful. Shan Yao said solemnly. Okay. When Xiao Yan heard the words, it was not difficult to see that the few people knew very little about this desert mountain range, and immediately did not ask. In normal times, Xiao Yan's soul power at the peak of the mortal level of Emperor Realm is enough to make a strong person of the same level accidentally fall directly. And after stepping into the Emperor's Realm level small perfection soul power, Xiao Yan's soul realm is even more massive. At this time, Xiao Yan's soul power strikes with all his strength, and I am afraid that the 5-star duty Emperor will not be able to eat and walk around. This is the horror of the soul power of the Emperor Realm. Let's go first. Go to the top of the desert mountain range. I always feel that something is just about to move somewhere. If it is later, I am afraid it will be bad. Shan Ling said bitterly. Shan Ling's life experience, although now has a little nod, but Shan Ling is really difficult to accept. She and Shan Yao have been living in that lake since she was a child. In addition to what she said in the letter from Immortal Master Madwood, Shan Ling's heart could not help but tremble. If it is true that his father abandoned his mother and fled alone, as stated in the letter, then this Madwood Immortal Master is not enough for him to admit it. Let's go. Seeing this, Xiao Yan nodded. Wait a minute, I gave this manner to it. Just as Xiao Yan finished speaking, that Shan Yao's eyes suddenly lit up. Oh. When Xiao Yan heard this, he couldn't help but be surprised. Obviously, this mansion and manor is also a very terrifying fairy weapon. As for the specific function, Xiao Yan does not know, but the thing from the fighting fairy must be extraordinary. Bang bang bang. I don't know what Shan Yaobei said in her lips. In just a few seconds, the mansion and manor that Xiao Yan and the others were standing on suddenly shrunk, and the next moment, it turned into a stream. Liaguang was taken into the body by Shan Yao. Let's go. After finishing all this, Shan Yao said to the people with satisfaction. As the manor and manor were taken back, Shan Ling and the others also responded, and then, a stone platform leading to a high place appeared in front of Xiao Yan and the others. This is the road to the top of the desert mountain range. Once we reach this end, we are waiting for unknown dangers. But no matter what, I won't back down. I will definitely figure out my own life experience. Shan Ling's pupils glowed with unparalleled confidence, and then stepped onto the stone platform stairs and headed towards the top of the desert mountain range. Since that's the case, then I can't fall behind. I have to sacrifice my life to accompany the gentleman. Xiao Yan smiled slowly, and then he was wrapped in the power of strange fire, and stepped directly on it. The group of four slowly walked towards the stone platform, waiting for them whether it was a chance or a crisis. Elsewhere in the desert mountains, where Mu Feng is located, this is a swamp area with no sun. Every time it rotates, it will filter the evil power of these extraterritorial evil linked to races www.novelmtl.com and then convert it into his own fighting chi. So Mu Feng is here in just 1 month, and his strength has also skyrocketed from the early stage of 5-star Do D. At the mid-level of the 5-star Do D. Don't look at this small level. If it is replaced by ordinary practice, I'm afraid that it will take a full 10 years to break through. The middle stage of the 5-star Do D, that's enough. Let's leave here first. Xiao Yan and the others should have also gone to the top of the desert mountain range. But it's strange. It seems that there are no powerful foreign evil races in this swamp. On the contrary, the top layer of the desert mountain has. After Mu Feng finished speaking, he slowly exited the cultivation state, and then raised his breath all over his body. Get out of this swamp. In another place in the desert mountain range, Xiao Yi's figure appeared here. This desert mountain range is really full of dangers. Xiao Yi's pretty face couldn't help but sigh slightly, and then moved quickly. Looking at this appearance, it was obviously rushing towards the top of the desert mountain range. After all, Xiao Yi's strength, although it was only the initial stage of the 8-star Do Emperor at the beginning, but with the blessing of the strange fire in Xiao Yan's body and some reasons that even Xiao Yi did not know, at this time Xiao Yi's strength has broken through to the 8-star Do Emperor perfection level. Such a terrifying strength, if it weren't for the relationship with Xiao Yan, I am afraid that this desert mountain range would be pushed out in an instant. Forget it. Let's go to the top of the desert mountain range first. Xiao Yan and the others should have gone somewhere. On the one hand, the green flute opened his mouth slightly, then left where he was and headed towards the top of the desert mountain range. Up to this point, Xiao Yan and his party all had their own adventures. Among the 5, Mu Feng and Ludi's strength had skyrocketed to the level of the mid-5-star fighting emperor, and Mu Yingying herself was in the mid-5-star fighting emperor. Ask for a ticket. End of this chapter.